We stood where the world ends, at the edge of a violet sea that whispered secrets older than the sun itself. The air was thick with salt and the scent of ozone. Elias stood there, his hands trembling as he held onto a ghost. Clara's hands were cold, nearly transparent. She was a bride of shadows, her lace dress dissolving into the very darkness we feared. When she looked at him, there was love. Yes, but it was buried under a layer of something alien and vast. She spoke a vow that had no words. The air rippled around her, distorting reality with every breath she took. Once our home was a sanctuary, but the architecture of our lives began to shift, mirroring the rot in our hearts. Morning tea turned into a bitter ichor. We stopped speaking, for fear of what might crawl out of the silence. I found her on the balcony, staring into a void where our garden used to be. The horizon had simply vanished. I watched her from the doorway, weeping salt tears, knowing that she was already miles away from this dimension. The end came not with a whimper, but with the roar of a cosmic vortex. The ceiling surrendered to the stars. She began to unravel, not into dust, but into a cloud of iridescent butterflies and dark, suffocating smoke. I reached for her, a final, desperate plea, but gravity had lost its meaning. She was being summoned home. She shed one last terror drop of liquid starlitas. The very ground beneath me began to wake up. Then there was only the tide. The cathedral sank into the depths, swallowed by a sea that was no longer water. I remain at the altar, a solitary witness to a love that was never meant for this world. The march plays on. Till death do us part. No, our union was far more permanent and far more terrifying than death.